I don't know how to share it out. Hey guys, it says we're live. Angela here with the
Hey,
Inquisitive Farm Wife. And I have a lovely guest, Wendy from Hardnack Farms. I'm so excited that she's here today.
thank you.
First off, I want to welcome anybody who's in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. You mean so much to me. I appreciate you coming back to watch to see what we had to say. So I try to always get that out of the way first. I've got one in the house. I don't know. I'm not very good about sharing this out. I don't know really how to do
Okay,
that.
so sometimes there's a delay and then people won't get them. See, it just now popped up on me that you're live.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
don't think
it
I've
takes
even
a
gotten a
minute.
notification. I think
I
what I
have,
can do is put it on my oh, we've got CNC Farm is live, it looks like right now too. So
uh,
some of our friends might be over there. But I
right.
think what I'll do um, is go into my community tab and just share it real quick.
Okay.
Oh, see if I can do it that way.
I have been live for 10 minutes before somebody come in, and then
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
notices. So it,
Yeah, sometimes it just takes that algorithm a minute.
right.
Um, but I'll try this. This is all I know how to do, so we'll um, we'll try this.
Yeah, it's starting to
It
really
was
pull
kind
here.
of a minute. It's really starting to come along. Oh, hey, Jamie. Welcome into the chat. Thanks for being here. Hey,
Hey.
purring lady. Now we're starting to get some friends in here.
Yeah,
Uh,
in it.
Wendy and I, look at us, we kind of match. She's got her pink hat, and I've got my pink shirt on. She
Yes.
and I were frantically down to the wire getting onto our computers.
Right.
So you'll have to excuse us if we're a little out of breath and a little wired for, you know,
Right.
we're hot, our adrenaline's high.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. I haven't figured out how to do the sharing out thing on my end. Oh, thank you. Hey, Derek. Glad you're here. Alfonso, how's the weather in Colorado?
I can't see the chat, so you'll have to
Yeah,
say hi.
unfortunately, it takes usually two devices when you're the guest to be able to see the chat. I guess I could
Let me
turn
see.
my phone on and
Oh,
go watch the live and make sure, see
excuse
what's
me.
going on.
I was like running and running, and the wind's just blowing, and things were flying out of my hands. And I was like, turn around to go get it. It was like,
Oh, bless your heart.
got dirt in my eye.
Oh, man.
The winds have been just horrible here.
At least no one's naked.
Right.
From the purring lady. That
Funny.
I tell you, sometimes it gets. So, Wendy is my guest tonight, and I like to always kind of start off when you are ready for questions and chat. Let me know if you need a
I,
minute to compress. I can talk about other things, but okay.
yep, I'm
Oh, yeah, you're right, Rena. It is almost Naked Gardening Day. I've been seeing. Delicious. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. So, if you all don't know Wendy, is it okay if I call you Wendy, or do you want
Oh
me to stick
yeah.
with it? Okay. Because sometimes people
Nope.
don't always want, all that
Oh
information out there.
no, I'm perfectly fine with
Okay.
being called Wendy. No problem at
Okay.
all.
Well, my friend Wendy, she actually got a hold of me. Oh, it's been several months ago. She called me up, and I don't know, we just kind of clicked. And every time we do talk, we don't get to talk as often as we'd like, but every time we do, it seems like we have no problem having a great conversation. So I thought she would be the perfect person to come on for What's Up Wednesday chat night, and we could get to know her a little bit better. I feel like she's of like mind like me and the rest of you. So I'm looking forward to tonight. But why don't you tell me a little bit about why however direction you want, either when or why, the hows. What made you start your YouTube channel?
Okay, this is the second time I started. I had to start over. I started vlogging in 2010 because we had a big farm and I did a lot of produce and people wanted to see the farm. And so I was like, well, I'll just put it on YouTube. Plus, we have family from out of state that wanted to see the farm and see the progress. And so that way I didn't have to have a bunch of people come out here because we're kind of tucked back in here and we wanted to keep the farm kind of private.
Sure.
And so that's why I did it. And then I vlogged up until 2014, and then we had a big wildfire, and it burned a lot of our farm, and I kind of had to start over, and I kind of went. My friends kind of said I lost my mind because I ran to the store after the fires were out, and it took a week. Our farm burned for a good week.
Oh, wow, really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, that had to
So
be
when
such
the
a
fires
burden.
out, yeah, and all the ash settled and the wind was blowing and the ash everywhere, I started buying everything I lost, trying to buy everything I lost because I lost a huge chunk of the orchard. I lost wine grapes, I lost blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, a huge garlic patch, lots of
Oh,
farmland, and so yeah, I was devastated. I kind of went
I
into a
bet.
shock.
I imagine you did because wasn't at that time, was that part of your livelihood?
Yeah, for me, yeah. Now my
Yeah. I mean, there
work,
was income coming from those things. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Oh.
I know.
So when you had your original channel, was it Hardnack Farms or did it have a
No,
different?
actually, it was. So I didn't do it, you know, there too.
Yeah. Can you see everything blow? And I'm looking and
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm dark clouds behind me, and I'm going. Yeah, just stay
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
uh,
We've both got a storm brewing and blowing in our way. And we're kind of just watching, because of our farm. We want to see what's going on. And, you know, we're going to stay on here as long as we can, friends. Oh, Renee slipped in. Hello. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Hello.
oh,
Um,
he is so sweet. That's
yes.
so sweet.
You've been shouting me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I love all the friendships
I
that we.
know that's the best part of YouTube.
I know. So back to the channel thing. It was under W Hardnack because that was my email at the time, and so. But what was really weird is I had a couple other emails, and whenever I quit blogging, YouTube put. I guess when Google bought it, they switched everything around, and so. Hey Angela, I'm not Angela. Hey Michelle, I'm reading the thing right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so they put it under W Hardnack. They put a few videos under another name, one of my other emails, and then several videos are lost. I mean, I don't know
Oh, so
are.
you weren't able to get that stuff back then.
Not
So
all of.
so you lost the fire and you lost content.
Yeah, I
That was
started over, and they put me on
yeah.
blog, and which I wasn't doing it for money. It was not, that was not the premise. It was transparency, so people could see the farm and not have to come out here. And
Yeah.
so I didn't, you know. Then they were like, "You need 1,000 subscribers. You need this to go live," and yada yada yada. And I was like, "Really?"
So it was all so different when you came back.
It changed like right then and there, and I was like, "Wow, crazy." Oh, it's starting to rain here.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
We've died down a little.
It's some huge hail, but we haven't had rain in probably 3 months.
So as long as it's a nice gentle rain, you're okay with it.
I
The heavy
thought,
winds and hail can stay away and just a nice
whew,
oh. Uh-oh.
I know. I had to, oh, dust in the eye. I'm okay.
Okay, good, good. So you started over and everything was different for you now, but you feel like it was definitely worth it because you're still here.
I'm still here, and I think the friendships is what I really like the most.
Yeah,
The
I
friendships.
agree. Yeah, I've made so many friends. When I first started, I was like you. I wasn't even thinking about becoming monetized, and it was just to show the farm.
Right.
And but then now I've made all these friends, and it was so much more than I ever thought because I was kind of nervous to do it when my kids were younger. Because
Oh yes.
you just don't know. And so, yeah. Oh, hello, Frugal Farmer channel. My mouth is dry. I've been drinking water all day. I don't know if it's the weather, whatever.
Look at that.
So I'm going to be tongue twisted tonight. Oh, look at you.
I know. I'm going to have to go in here because the rain is just blowing.
Oh, I can hear it every once in a while. I
Yeah.
came into the farm stand and I'm really hoping that the rain holds off. It was supposed to start an hour ago here. I'm hoping it holds off because I don't really want to go do evening chores in the rain. Did you say you got most of your animals taken care of?
Most of them. I didn't get secure, but
Okay.
that's
They'll probably go up though and into safety though. I mean, usually they're pretty good about going up in if it's weather. At least mine do. Now my ducks don't. My ducks, they party in the rainstorms.
but the wind might take them to Kansas. Hopefully,
Well, I'll catch them and I'll save them for you. Oh dear.
it blew the door open.
Oh no.
I'm in my pajama bottoms too. I was like trying to get all comfy, and
Yeah.
nobody could see me, and so I just ran and gave it all away.
Oh, we didn't even, I don't think we even saw it, honestly. You were so fast.
Is this the craziest guest you've had?
No, no. Oh, we have a new one. Jimmy Rizzo. Hello.
Hello?
Welcome. I think I've missed something. Oh, Spring Lady says, oh, here, I'll add it. Where'd it go? Something about how it takes, oh, here it is. Oh, it keeps bouncing on me.
Oh.
Well, she's saying something about taking hard work and grit to be homesteader, and she's right. It's so true. I'm seeing a couple questions here. Okay, so I don't know which one of us that she is asking, so I think we can both probably answer. And as you as my guest, I'd like you to answer this question first. How close are you to monetization?
I'm not. My hours are kind of stuck.
Uh-huh.
They're not moving. So
Yeah.
I
And you
kind
dealt with that, gosh, several months ago we talked. Was it December? And
it
you were
was
dealing with this, or
yeah.
might have been before that even. I don't remember.
They're not
But
going to get monetized, but that it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. I had that wasn't really why I was doing this, but a bunch of people said, "Well, they're running commercials. You need to get monetized." And
that's what my husband said. It's not fair they're making the money. But it seems like you said you kind of get stuck. Like I was really close, like well under 1,000 hours away. So like I had over 3,000 hours when I was not even 2,000. So I'm happy I'd reached it. But then I lost a bunch of hours because my year, you know how the year goes.
yeah,
And I'm slowly just now catching back up when I didn't know if I would. So I'm probably 800 hours. It just changes because sometimes then I might be 900 or 1,200 away, and then I might be, 7 something away. So um, I probably would safely say 1,000 hours away, but I'm hoping it's less than that. But it is. I felt really bad back in February. I had people say, I'm watching all the commercials. I'm not skipping any of it. And I said, oh, thank you so much. I'm not monetized, so it doesn't help me to do that at this point. And she said, well, you have 1,000 subs now. And I said, but the rules are now you have to have watch hours consistently and stuff.
Right.
So anyway, that's where I'm at. So are you like halfway there maybe or
Well, I was, I got close. It was really weird. I went to a YouTube meetup and I gained like tons of subscribers. I was at 900 and something subscribers. And then I had almost the 4,000 watch hours. And within a week, they yanked like 100 subscribers. They took all these watch hours away and I mean, basically dropped me down to nothing again.
so
And
do you need subscribers too?
no, not now, but
Okay.
the the watch hours is what they just took. Yeah, and now they're kind of stuck. And I, it was really weird. So I thought I would do a video because I have all these people sending me messages saying I'm running your channel today, and I'm like, no, don't worry about me. Run somebody else. No, no, no. You're gonna get your watch hours. And you're gonna get monetized because they're running commercials and you always help people. And I'm like, it's not that big a deal. But then everybody's like, commercials, commercials, they're making money. You need to make some. And my friend said, Wendy, you're in the red on your farm as far as, restoring and everything. So why
Yes.
not? And
Yeah.
so I said, okay. So last week I did a video and I didn't upload it yet, but I had screenshotted over the months my watch hours being stuck. And I was going to do a video and show everybody that you're running my channel, but I'm not getting anywhere. And then
Mhm.
say, and I was hoping maybe YouTube would see it. Well, then they scooted me up from 1,488 to 1,000, I think it's five something, but it's still not that much.
Mhm.
And so now it's stuck there now.
Yeah.
So it's like, what?
Well, I guess I don't know. I guess it's a struggle that you can take heart in that knowing several of us are dealing with issues, I guess. You're not alone. Um Oh, thank you, Jamie. I do appreciate that because I think if I understand correctly, that helps let people know we're live too. Because if people like it, they see it, and then they can come in and ask beautiful Wendy all these wonderful questions. So about the fire, last night we were talking, and you're getting ready to be possibly in that situation again. Is that correct? That there's wildfires your way again?
There was another fire up the road Monday, and we had to evacuate my mother in law. And then we were under a fire risk yesterday, today, and I guess until we get substantial rain and the winds die down.
That is so scary.
Yeah, it is.
So do
I mean,
you deal with that a lot in your area or yeah, so it's kind of something you know to look for.
here lately, yeah. I mean, a couple years ago, I think it was maybe 4 years ago, I had a big scare and it got just to the property south of us. I can't think. And so I actually talked to the fire chief because I'd asked him, because we lost a lot and we didn't file insurance claims or none of that stuff. And
Oh my gosh.
I know, so we were restoring out of pocket because if you file a claim, then you actually pay that back plus a percentage.
Yeah, your
And
insurance just goes up.
yeah, and we didn't want to do that. And so I was like, I don't want to go through that again. And then when we had that happen, he let me know we're not going to let it burn your farm. We're not going to let it burn. Because I have quite a bit of people that follow me on Facebook, and everybody was rooting for me. And I have people like offer to buy me fruit trees, and
Oh,
I know,
it's wonderful, isn't it?
I know. And so I had a lady in town that had a business, and she had a whole group of people come out and help us start cleaning up. That's just the kind of people that I'm friends with. And I mean,
That's wonderful.
yeah. So we had that scare, and they brought the bulldozers in, and they were knocking trees down, and they got it out before it got to my farm. So it was pretty scary.
I'm glad that they were able to help you, though.
Yeah, I am too. I'm very thankful.
Um,
I'm gonna try that.
Watch hours change daily. I will keep sharing you out. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. You've done such a great job shouting out your fellow YouTube family friends. And so thank you for all that you do. And she said that she will add you to her watch hours list on her lives also. So I appreciate that. And if anyone here would like to go check out his channel, I don't know how to add that link.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure that out. Wendy, okay, I'm going to go figure that out. Why don't you tell us while I'm doing that, because I want to make sure that people can find you. Tell us a little bit about, now that you're rebuilding, you've decided to go back into the gardening and farming and your CSAs. You want to tell us about that while I do this?
Yeah. So it's taken, the fire was in 2014, and I've been restoring the ecosystem a little bit at a time. And we've been putting in fruit trees each year. I would add several new fruit trees, and I started building raised beds. And for the last 2 years, with everything going on in the world, I've had a lot of people contact me that want food again. And the people that used to be on my CSA wanted that again. And so we added the geothermal greenhouse, we added the solar food dehydrators, now the freeze dryer, and yeah, I'm getting people like ready to come out here to get food, like.
And so you've got your freeze dryer, you've got it set up, and have you had much time to play with it, or are you waiting until your garden kind of gets going more?
I've been freeze drying quite a bit because I had lots of peaches this last year, and apples, and peppers, and just all sorts of fruit and stuff. So I've been freeze drying that.
So stuff like maybe you already had frozen.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's how I started. I had a bunch of stuff that was frozen, and I started with that. And then I, eventually started going and getting stuff fresh to try. And so, yeah, it's fun.
It
So what
is.
kind of things have you been playing?
So I've got potatoes coming up. I've got spinach up. Gosh, I walked up there earlier. I've got sweet peppers planted, hot peppers planted, green beans, beets, onions, carrots, um, dandelion, radicchio, peas. I know I'm missing stuff. Oh, watermelons, um, green beans, cucumbers. Yeah, I think I've covered
That
everything.
all sounds like my favorites.
Right?
Tomatoes and green beans are a must.
Oh, gosh.
But watermelon, I can't grow it very well here, but I would love to. Now,
Yeah.
those of you in the chat, tell me, I'm going to go ahead and show this, but tell me, is it pinned at the top? Can anyone tell me if I did that correctly? Yeah. Okay.
It's in the chat, but it's not at the top, but it's in the chat.
So, okay, now is it? Because there's a star I can push, and that's all I know what to do.
Oh, she said, Mimi Stitches has got a. Oh.
Half of town.
And is that Kansas?
Oh, from fire. Really? See, I thought maybe it was from tornado. Okay, we're seeing, this is the comment we're talking about here.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I actually grew up in Kansas. Yeah. I was born in Wichita, and I grew up in Derby, and then lived in Wichita until 1985. And then I moved here. And then way, I moved back to back to Kansas in 1986.
Thank you. I'll keep working on it.
my ex-husband was in the Air Force, and so. Oh, cool. Okay.
So we have some dandelions. Oh, Purring Lady said that they just went and subbed. So thank you so much.
Thank
That
you.
was nice of you to do that. Oh, here we go. There's a question. Do the different collaborations help? I've really been enjoying and learning watching all of them. I think they do, for different reasons. Sometimes it's for subs, sometimes it's for watch hours, and sometimes it's just getting acquainted with people of like minds.
And
Because
tips.
yes, yeah. So sometimes, like if I'm in a collaboration, there's been ones that we've talked about that some of us openly have said we really didn't benefit anything from it other than finding new channels to watch, which us as YouTubers, we like to watch all of you too. So it's not just us putting content out. We enjoy being a part of the community too. So am I
Yeah.
echoing really bad? I'm sorry. Maybe if I lean back.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Oh, Jamie's Country Living said they're in a fire watch for a few days. We were in one and I didn't even realize we were. We were traveling to go see my daughter. And yeah, we went through an area and my phone came up and said that we were in warning. So this is from Michelle.
Oh, Michelle, I know. I know. I actually have a video of some of the footage from the wildfire as we were being evacuated. I wished I would have had the camera, but I just took pictures with the iPad. And so I have those pictures, and I kind of just made it into a little video. And it's on my channel somewhere. I don't know where, but it's there. And so I'm thankful that the whole entire farm didn't burn. I mean,
Yes.
it was crazy, but you would think that you would attribute fires to like forest areas, but there actually is a forest um, to the south of me, what's left of it.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah,
I'm glad there's some of it, I guess.
right. Yeah, we need our trees because we
Yeah.
got major deforestation going on.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Frugal
Frugal.
Farmer said, I was monetized for a hot minute and then they changed everything. Well, hopefully you'll be able to work your way back there. Just keep on keeping on.
Yeah. The, the friendships are the best part to me because I've actually got to meet several channels in person. And uh,
Not. I have not left my farm.
uh, well, I'm not going to go to any of the meetups right now because I've got way too much going on here. Like I'm building raised beds and restoring the farm quite a bit. And, I'm going to be 55 pretty soon. And I'm just like, I'm getting older and it's harder. And,
Things
with everything.
take longer.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't travel right now.
So tell us, what are we in?
Oh my gosh. So we're in our house that's being built. So, yeah, I was out back and I was like trying to run to get back over here where I could get close to the signal. And I was going to do the live in the garden, but the weather was coming in.
Sure.
And so I
Yeah.
was like, eh. So,
How is the house coming along for you?
well, we are waiting on the brick and the rock to come. I'm trying to think of what else. Um, so we've got the roof on, we've got the windows in, and I don't know if you can kind of see, we got the windows for the back area.
Oh, that's going to let in so much beautiful light.
I know that's the part I like. And then,
Are your ceilings going to stay that tall?
yeah, we want my cathedral ceilings.
Oh, that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, let me see if I can. Oh man, I'm getting to where I can't hardly move when the weather changes.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to get up if you don't want to. Certainly.
So I'm trying to do this with the iPad. So right in here is we got like a temporary door on, but this will be a little mud room coming in. I don't know.
That's
But
necessary.
yeah, And then right here is you can kind of see, probably better if I do it this way. And we'll have another door right here. And then it'll be my husband's office. And then over here will be my big kitchen. And that other room over there is going to be my pantry.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm so see the pantry?
Oh, that's going to be wonderful.
Right. I'm excited. So I'm getting my dream kitchen and my dream pantry, and that's the part that I really wanted because of the farm and trying to, you know.
So are you doing some of this work yourself?
No, actually we contracted it out, like my husband.
Good, because I don't know how you were going to work on that and your gardens and everything else. So I'm glad that you realized that, okay, it's okay to bring in help.
Yeah. We actually started this after the pandemic, and we've run into like waiting for stuff for several months. We had a plumber mess up, and so we've had all kinds of just issues. And then once we got the roof, we did the hurricane shake roofing because of the weather here. And it's kind of funny, after going through the fire, we wanted our house fireproof. So we did the hurricane shake roofing. The soffit is fireproof. It's a concrete board.
Oh, wow.
We're going to have brick and
That's
rock.
impressive.
We're
Yeah.
not going to have anything around the house that can
Yeah.
catch.
That's smart.
Yeah.
So Jamie is excited for you. The purring lady says it's a wonderful space. We've had sounds beautiful.
Oh,
Everybody's so happy for you.
thank you.
Someone had a bedroom with cathedral ceiling, and a bedroom is done in pine tongue and groove boards. That sounds pretty too.
Ooh.
Big
So,
Livy says smart. So smart of you, Wendy.
well, it was kind of both of our ideas. We sat down and we were talking. Hey, oh, I haven't seen. I'm watching, people are walking, but my son's out there like, what are you doing? You know,
Just
yeah, you're in there
yeah.
talking to yourself, Mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, all my kids are grown, but my mind went blank. I know her name, but I just drew a blank. Big Dreams, Tiny Living. Is it Rachel or is it? I forgot her first name.
I'm not.
No,
It's not.
Anne Marie. Is it Anne Marie?
I'm not sure. I couldn't say. Honestly, I'm really bad with names. I've got like you, Michelle, and Renee and Leanne that I can, and Tony. I can spout off your channel. Everyone else I have to think for a minute.
Right. I know.
Like I remember your channel name better than I can your name.
Right. I'm once I know somebody and I them on a regular basis, I'm pretty good, but every now and then I'll get brain fog. Like yesterday, I had serious brain fog. So I was working outside, the wind was blowing, I got hot, I got tired, and I just come inside and I sat down and I was exhausted. And then Tony called and said, "Hey," and I went, "Oh, let's go for next week," because I knew I was just beat and my muscles were burning, and I was like, there's no way.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
And
okay to say no.
yeah. And so he said, "How about next week?" And I said, "Yes." And so we talked for a second and then he had to go. And then I was like drained. I didn't even want to fix dinner. So it's a good thing I had leftovers. So I sat down on the couch and was like done for the evening.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember music. And my husband was sitting there too. And he goes, "You know this?" And I went, "Yeah, but I'm drawing a blank." And
Yeah.
it was like brain fog.
You were too tired. You pushed yourself too hard that day.
Yeah, it's been a stressful week.
That's another thing about growing older that is we have to learn.
Oh
I know
my gosh.
about myself too, because it's like I can do really, really good maybe for 2, 3 days in a row, and then that day that hits, you're not so good, you're worthless. And it would have
Right.
been better just to do a little less every day and just keep up the momentum. But oh no, you know,
No,
we don't. We
we
keep
can do
thinking
it
we'll get one more thing done.
right. Or if you're like me, you're like, oh, just if I just get this done, then I'll be done. And then you're going, oh, but this too. And then, yeah, before you know it. But I saw Derek's comment a minute ago. Yeah, I've had a lot of people that have told me, you have a lot. You bit off a lot. You need to slow down. But you know what? We need food, you know?
Yeah. And everybody else counts on you for food too when you do a CSA. So the pressure's there. And we were talking last night, and I hope it's okay that I repeat this,
Oh,
that you've
yeah.
got such great customers that understand that, I had to replant this particular food item. It'll be later in the season, and they understand. And that's so important to get customers like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So this is a nice quote. Life gives you 10%, 90% is what you do with it. Never give up. I love that.
I do. Yeah, I'm very driven. Just ask my husband. He's like, all
Oh,
right,
here we go.
come sit
Anna
down.
Marie.
Anne Marie. Okay.
Anna Marie.
So
Anna
first I said Rachel, and then I was like, no, it's Anne Marie. It's Anne Marie.
Marie. You were right. You figured it out. Okay, not to feel bad. She's bad with names too. Good, because yeah, I'm not good. Oh, Michelle. I can remember songs from the 70s, but not my new neighbor's name. Oh man, it's so true. That stuff that it was just ingrained in you, it's just there. Yeah. There's no more room for new stuff, I guess.
No, but
Kimmy
it's
said she breaks up her chores by day. That's smart. I learned that a long time ago, like you do certain things like if you want to make your bed every day, make your bed every day and do your dishes every day and stuff like that. But maybe do your dusting one day, you're vacuuming a different day, you're mopping a different day. So they're not exhausted from doing all of it. And I'm sure it's the same with chores, but my poor animals, sometimes I feel like all they get is the minimum. You got food, you got water, you got a few scratches, and that's all you get today.
today because I got some other stuff I got to do.
Yeah.
I'm mad
Yeah.
about it because I got pet rabbits and they need socialized, and you got to pull them out and run them and play with them. Yeah. I told him, forgive me, today's not a good day.
Oh.
Well, fire risk. I don't want to pull them out and then have to evacuate in a hurry and then try to grab everything. It's just easier if they're already put up. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's pretty stressful, but I'm excited about this season. I mean, I've worked hard and I'm going to be building all these raised beds. And so I'm hoping that I can.
I can't wait to see these raised beds. I've been wanting to build raised beds custom to like my height to make it comfortable because I
Yes.
know a lot of people don't like to sit in a chair. They would rather stand or whatever. But for me, in my situation, sitting, I can do. I can sit pretty good. It's the standing is when I can only do so much of that in one day. And so I want to have a garden where I can sit and have it like at the height of a desk or something where I'm still sitting up straight and just have them thinner so I don't have to reach way over or enough where I can go on both sides or something like that. And that's
Yeah.
my dream, but we'll see. My
I,
mom had rocks where she could sit on the rock and then
oh,
reach.
yeah.
They were just naturally there from an old building, it was the foundation. And so she kept the foundation and her garden is around the foundation. And so it works really nice for her. So
That's
yeah.
so nice. So the first few beds we built, those big long ones, we we screwed up because we didn't lay any plastic down or tarps or any
Oh,
and
yeah.
grass. And I ran into snakes crawling around the bottom, and I'm like, ooh. And then
And
I
weeds. Do you
yes,
worry about weeds too?
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, the weeds are horrible.
So Renee was talking about how hard it is to do it with work. Do you have a job outside of the farm?
Not anymore. No.
Good. Good. I'm glad because with a garden like that, I don't see how you could either.
I used to work once every 2 weeks and stuff. So when the scamdemic hit, I kind of just quit, and
Mhm.
I stayed home all the time. And then I realized this is where I need to be. This is what I need to do. And, you
Yeah.
know, it's,
Sometimes God does things to open our eyes to where we need to be, what we need to be doing, and it's kind of beautiful when you realize it.
yeah.
So,
And I think
oh,
my
and
increase the garden.
yeah, that's where I feel the closest to the Lord is when I'm either out with my animals or in the garden. There's something about a garden though, and digging in the earth that is just there's nothing like it, and I miss it. I used to have about a 1 to 2 acre garden that I had for us,
I,
and I haven't right now. It is a chicken run because I got too many animals. But anyway, and I like praying, lady. You need to have compassion for yourself and give yourself down times. It's hard. We're too hard on ourselves. We
I'm really
don't.
hard on myself. I,
Jamie, I'm glad I'm not the only one to sit.
if I stand for too long, I start swelling up.
I have just some issues that.
Oh, we are getting hail.
Oh, I heard that.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Oh no.
I don't have my garden covered up.
Do you
The
need to
one
go? You can
No,
go if you need to, but I don't want you getting knocked in the head with a hail.
no, I won't go hail, but let me show y'all it's starting to hit. Y'all see that?
I can hear stuff. I don't see as well. Probably. Oh, I see it now. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Oh, and your tomatoes, you planted them in the ground? Oh,
Wow.
honey.
Uh, yeah, that's gonna do a lot of damage to the stuff I got planted. I
I'm
know.
so sorry. That's the worst part about it. You get so excited and then something like this happens. Or we've had years where our bottom ground gets flooded out and all the seed just washes away. Or the plants were too small, they didn't have a big enough root system yet. I'm so sorry. I wish I could
Okay, I'm just
protect your little plants for you. Oh,
man, I had beautiful spinach and stuff, and I took a few pictures for a friend today, and I'm like,
well,
I
spinach will regrow though, maybe, right? If you cut
not
it back, not after hail.
no.
Oh,
2013, I got obliterated by hail.
oh,
Yeah, nothing grows back.
oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Thank
Gosh
you.
darn.
I know.
Oh,
Now it's just raining, so
maybe that'll be it and you won't have the damage. Maybe that'll be just it.
I pray that's it.
Yes.
No tornadoes.
No, none.
I apologize for all this drama tonight for just, like,
Well, I'm sorry if I hope you didn't feel like you had to be here and so
I
anyway,
was looking forward to sitting down and relaxing and
yeah.
visiting, and I was like, and then all this, but it's all good. There's nothing I can do.
No, and the Lord will provide and so, maybe this will be it and that'll be all the hail you get and you won't have major damage. So,
Well, the blessing is we're getting rain now.
yes, and you said it was very needed. So,
Yeah. So it's so dry here that when I water, it doesn't absorb. Like you'll just the surface will be wet.
yes, we've had that happen before. Yeah. 13 raised beds, 10 years, carpenter ants and termites ate them. I'll be back into ground gardening for the last 10 years. So yeah, I've worried about that too. And that's why I thought about using metal.
Yeah.
I'll actually be showing you on Saturday when my 4Rs collaboration video comes out of raised beds that I've used in the past that are unique and different. So y'all can be looking forward to that and maybe be inspired with something that's not something that termites can eat, because we have termite problems here too.
Yeah, we have termites really bad.
We actually had to build a new home because of it. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it just was neglected for so many years, previously. So, but it's all good. It was just cheaper to build a new than it was to try to save.
save it.
It was
Yeah.
too far gone. Yeah.
We dug them up when we put the geothermal greenhouse in.
Oh, yeah.
We dug up a huge nest and they were everywhere.
So once you disturb them, though, they won't usually come back to the same spot. So that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm like,
At least
no
that's
way.
what they told me, because when we tore down the old farmhouse, they said, "Oh, they won't come back here because we'll be disturbing, tearing out the foundation and everything." So I was like, "Okay," and then we preventatively sprayed the new foundation and stuff like that.
I wouldn't let anything be sprayed on this farm, but right underneath where the house was built, they went ahead and put that down on the
Yep.
put in sand.
Mm-hmm.
And then since we have earthquakes here too, and we're on sandstone, we did a post tension slab.
Mm-hmm.
It can shift and move, and they can tighten the cables, and it was really neat.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I would have had no clue.
I think when you go through something, when you go to rebuild or build, you think about things like, okay, well, we had damage from the earthquake, so let's do this different.
Uh-huh.
And then when we went to draw up the plans for the house, we sat down with the guy and he said, "This is what I recommend." And so, it took a while. So we designed the house with a guy that drew our plans up.
That's nice. Someone that can give you advice on what to do. Yeah.
So he gave us the idea about the slab, because we were like, okay, here's what we've gone through. Here's where we're at. Here's, so it's nice to have that. It looks like everything's like slowing down.
Sounds quieter.
Yeah. I'm thankful for the rain. I don't know what I got left up there, but hopefully
It got dark there for a little bit. It seems like it's a little lighter too.
Yeah. It's dark over that way, but then there's light over this way. So it's kind of like there's a little bit of a gap. But I followed those storm chasers, and so I went in to check, and they were like, yeah, it's coming, and here's this. And I went, oh. So then I ran to get animals secure and stuff like that. So I was like scrambling. I'm glad they weren't out there. That would have not been good.
No.
They'd not be happy with me if they survived it.
So Hillbilly Chicken Ranch says they use metal fire rings for raised beds. That's a good idea.
I love that.
And there's probably not too much terrible heat that comes off that either. Because I know I've always thought about using tires. Like we have big tractor tires and stuff like that. I think I found a couple. And I wanted to do a 3-tier thing. But they suggest that you buy the right kind of paint. And you can kind of seal it so you don't have that seeping, the whatever that in the plastic. You don't have it seeping out. You can seal it somehow and paint it white so it reflects the sun. Because the tires burn everything black. So that's something I may try someday, but we'll see. I'm waiting to get it all put together before I even think about going out and buying sealant, because it'll go bad on me before I ever get it done. I'm trying to catch up here.
Have you seen those new Aero Garden metal?
Yes, I actually, I think I'm an affiliate of 2 different gardening companies, but I
Mhm.
haven't, like, advertised it or anything because I want to get to know them better and I want to use their product for a while first. I'm just one of those people. I'm not just gonna become an affiliate just because, and yeah, I wanna know if I like it before I suggest it. That's just how I am. So, one of these days, I'll get some ordered.
Definitely. I thought about them, but as big as the garden is, so the garden itself is one whole entire acre, and then that's all fenced in, and then I farm probably 3 acres
Okay. And
from
when
the
you say
orchard
you farm,
area.
what do you mean?
From grapes, raspberries, blueberries, elderberries, the
Stuff
orchard.
that come back every year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I agree with Purring Lady. It does.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's when I pray and I talk to God. And I mean, if somebody would have drove up and they'd be watching me, they'd be like, "That girl's crazy."
I'm trying to say hi to people when they come in. If I miss anybody, I'm so sad. Sorry about that.
I took my phone over there so I can't see the chat.
I love gardening. It's so peaceful, Wendy. I'm afraid to plant tomatoes anytime before May. When we plant them in March or April, we get random hailstorms. Ah,
Yeah.
you never
Oh,
know.
they make hail netting for gardens.
Oh, well, there you go, Michelle.
Yes.
And does it work?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but evidently it does because my brother-in-law wouldn't buy something that wouldn't work. He researches stuff, but
Uh,
they get hail in South Dakota, and they were like, "We're going to get hail netting."
I know around here there's a lady that uses these things where they go like this over the tomatoes and they have these holes and you put water in them and it's like a little greenhouse around it and it protects it from the wind and the warmth of the water through these bags is like a greenhouse, but yet it can vent at the top and then moisture gets in down below. They're the coolest things. I don't know what they're called, but I don't know if maybe
They
they
are
would
neat.
hail too.
Oh, they would.
Yeah.
So I'm just building raised beds out of pallets. I'm getting a
Okay,
tree.
that is so cool. So you just like go find them at companies and ask them if they are wanting to get rid of them, and then you just collect them and create.
Well, our family has a heat and air business, and so I
Oh, so
get them.
you get plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I planted flowers in a red purse. They're doing, oh, that's cool.
So I'm going to suggest that you go over to Gail's Southern Living. She's another YouTube friend of mine. She was on a few weeks ago. She's doing a current collaboration with using unusual things as a planter. You totally should enter her collaboration, and because I want to see this red purse and what flowers you put in it. I think you should do it. I challenge you, Jamie.
Good.
To
I
find her and do that. Actually, I'll see if I can't put a link on there.
do you have a video on that? That is so,
I will see if I can find that video and link that actually.
yeah.
Why don't you talk to the crowd for a little bit? We've only got about less than 10 minutes
Okay.
because we will want to get off in time because next Big Valley Living will be going um, live and we'll all want to go do a love read there. Okay, and I'll try to find this real quick.
Oh, wow.
Can you read that? I don't know what she said.
Hydrophobic soil when the water won't penetrate. That happens here in our raised beds if we don't water lightly before real watering. And that's
Okay,
the problem I'm having because
that
we've been
is
dry.
interesting. Yeah.
Wow. And I've noticed in the last few years, soil is different.
It
Soil is
is.
changing, and it's not holding moisture like it used to. Have y'all noticed that?
Did y'all hear my peacock? Meow, meow. Can you hear that in the background?
Gosh, love peacocks.
They're so this time of night is when they I always the boys, the peacocks are the ones with the big pretty feathers. And I always say they're like feral teenage boys. They just act wild this time of night, this time of year.
So I have family in Kansas, and I go to Kansas sometimes.
Well,
I know we need to maybe
yes,
meet somewhere.
that would
I
be really fun.
it would. I've got family in Salina. I've got family in Riley. I've got family up by Kansas City. I got family in Wichita.
So Kansas City is like 2 hours from me. And Open Hand Farm lives near Kansas City, and we could all meet up because I told her next time I
uh,
go that way, I will let her know. So that
Penny.
was super fun.
Penny is so sweet. And then Misha Lee lives in Riley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was like blown away by that. Like, wow.
Okay, I don't know how to pin this one to the top. I'm going to put a star on it and see what it does.
Okay.
But this is the link to Gail's video that explains that gardening collaboration. And I'm just sure it's open.
She has some fun collaborations. I've I've been in like I think 3 collaborations of hers, and she is a lot of fun. She's a
She
neat.
enjoys doing collaborations and community minded things. So, oh, and look, my lovely moderator was already on her channel. She already had that out there. So you can use either link. Thank you, Michelle, for doing that.
I will never look at
Tell
Michelle.
them that I sent you. If you go over there and you want to join the collab, tell them that I sent you so that she knows that where you came from.
I will never look at Michelle without thinking Michelleinator.
Oh, after last night, I know he comes up with good names. I've noticed he's not given me one yet. You know, it's kind of hard, the inquisitive farm wife. That's kind of a hard one to say anyway, and then you try to make a nickname out of it.
I think it's Mouse that comes up with a few of them. Like
Oh, probably she's good at that.
somebody come up with 1 second Wendy, and then she called me the Annihilator once, and
Oh, funny. Yeah,
then
was it 1 second Wendy because you were down to 1 second on that game, or 2 seconds, or real close? Were you, or no?
no, it was I was guessing songs at a second.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
And I kept doing it, and they're like, "Ooh," like.
yeah.
But I like music. I like music from the 70s and 80s. So I mean, I listened to it all the time growing up, and it was like, yeah.
Mhm. A toilet sounds fun to plant in.
Oh, is that what I thought she said she had to go to the toilet.
I did it first too, and I had to, and I popped it up there, and I'm like, oh, I hope I didn't say something wrong, put something wrong up there. But then I was like, okay. And now we've got some bathtubs. That sounds fun.
Yes, I was going to get an old claw bathtub at a 1 second Wendy fits the best. Oh, I like that
Yeah.
one.
And then here's this. She is a pistol.
Gosh, she is so much fun. I like her. It was you, yes.
Okay. Well, now we know. Oh, and Mimi, you were doing good.
Music is on.
Yeah.
Yes, keep me on there. I tried to get a clawfoot bathtub, and I was at a farm auction, and I didn't understand the next bid was mine, so I didn't say anything, and they looked at me, and I went, "Where are we at?" And then he had went ahead, and then I missed the. So I was like, I went, and he thought I meant no, and he went on, and I went, "Where am I at?" Oh, and it went for like $45. I know.
Oh man.
So now they go, okay, here's where we're at. So the auctioneer is a friend of ours, and he's really nice. So he
Keep an
pays
eye
it.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, I just see Mimi said Salina is only an hour for me. I don't know which direction from me you.
Wow.
You might
Wow.
meet up with her when you go to your Salina family.
I know. So email me because I like to keep in contact with everybody, and then everybody can kind of just meet at a central location.
That would be fun. For me, I can't go more than a couple hours max
Right.
because right now I'm milking twice a day, so I don't even leave at all. But when I get to once a day milking again, which hopefully fingers crossed will be soon, I'm going to check and make sure mama's feeding baby, but then I can get away for up to a 2-hour drive. So, isn't this called agriculture? Is that what they call that when you do this?
Yep. I did the same thing. But the bad thing about that was in the greenhouse we did that, and the roly polies come out of the logs, and they ate my seedlings this year.
You did say that, yeah.
So
Well, guys, I have loved this, and oh, I gotta do this one. I need raw milk. I love my raw milk. Love, love, love. And then Renee said we have old toilets my husband breaks up to use when trapping. After he gets the animals out, the broken pieces to plug. Oh, yeah. Okay, so guys, I have gone over my hour, and it's kind of good that we went into the gardening thing because I'm going to encourage you all to go over to Big Valley Living. They're live now, or will be within seconds if they aren't yet. And let's give them a love raid. Say that you came
yeah,
from my channel and give them all some support because Michelle's going to be talking about her favorite gardening tools. So how perfect. We can keep this conversation going. So I will see all of you over there. Thank you so much for coming in, and I sure appreciate it. And next week, I will have Bucket List Homestead as my guest, and we're
cool.
going to talk about the $100 collab that she's got going on. So that'll be a lot of fun too. We'll see you guys all next week. Thank you so much.